From Columbus, Ohio, this is the Get Business Credit YouTube channel with your host, Josh Van Horn. Subscribe now and hit the bell notification right now to stay up to date as soon as we release new business credit gems. Take it over, Josh.
Hey, what's up? It's Josh with the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest. We have account executive Liam with Ramp. It's a fintech company. If you haven't already heard, as you guys know, I have the Ramp card. I'm going to let Liam kind of introduce who he is and let him tell you about what Ramp's all about, their ideal customers, and any questions you guys may have. Put it in the comment section below, and I'm sure Liam or somebody else will come back on the channel for another interview. And I'll be doing also a review about Ramp here the next couple of days as well. And we have a special treat for you to stay until the end as well that you don't want to miss, that Ramp's doing exclusive just for Get Business Credit viewers. Okay, so with further ado, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. But Liam, take it over. Thanks so much for coming on.
Great. Josh, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it. Great to meet you. Great to chat with you. I'll introduce myself. I'll start there and then introduce a little bit more about Ramp and kind of who we're working with today. But for me, myself, I came from a corporate tech job, got a little bit comfortable in the job, loved the company, but was looking for that next hyper growth startup in the fintech space. I thought it was really interesting what companies like Ramp were doing. Had been following for a little while. So Ramp aligned with everything I was looking for. I joined just after we raised our Series B round of funding last year. That's what kind of started to put it on the map. I then started to connect with several leaders, and all of the values of the company really aligned with the way I like to work with customers and the way I like to, immerse myself into a business and chat with others and work with peers. That's what took me to Ramp. I've been with Ramp a little over 9 months, coming up on 10 months now, and really loving it, working with a lot of new customers. So when you're going through the evaluation of trying to understand if Ramp is going to be the right fit for you, I'm that person that's happy to share everything Ramp can and can't do today, and really help you understand if it is what you're looking for. We do take our partnerships pretty seriously. So we always want to make sure that provided you're going forward and using Ramp, we are actually going to align with the values that you're looking to solve for the challenges that you have today. Now I can turn the gear and talk about Ramp a little bit more, just kind of in like a high level statement. So consider all of your non-payroll spend in one place. So typically a company historically, and I even think back to my old company, would have a corporate card in one place, would have reimbursements, expense management in another place, and would have accounts payable in another place, right? Since then, we've added a few more pieces. So also vendor management in another place, which some companies pay for today. Also travel portals, which companies are looking for today. So all of those are typically downloading information independently that you're then pulling into your accounting system or your ERP. With Ramp, we put all of that in one place completely for free to save you time and save you money. So to date, we have a little over 5,500 customers. That's increasing quite a bit every day. I feel like every time I look, it increases. Yeah. And the average customer on Ramp is saving about 3.3% off of their bottom line from pre-Ramp to post-Ramp. And I think more importantly, saving up to 8 times on their month-end process.
Yeah,
So,
Liam,
go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you there. I just wanted to, as it was on my mind, because I use the Ramp card pretty much every month, and whatever you spend, at the end of the statement, you can redeem. I forget what the percentage is, though. I don't remember off the top of my head, but you do get a percentage back. Do you know what that is? I forget.
Yeah. So the cash back is one piece, and that's redeemable at any time. The goal with Ramp is to help you save time and save money. So rather than that traditional kind of convoluted points program of, gamifying spend in one category to then redeem a year later after you're a partner with us for a year, With
Yeah,
Ramp,
that's bad. That's kind of why I had millions of points racked up with like Divi, and I didn't understand why I have to wait 1 year to get the rewards. It doesn't make sense even to this day. Nothing bad to really say about them, but it's a different motto. I can tell you myself, me using it, and you guys can watch my review. I'll make like a 7-8 minute review of it myself in the coming days. But I will tell you, Ramp, their dashboard is very user friendly, very easy to understand. It's very clear to the point. Not like some of these other ones. You guys know I have like 25 different fintech company cards, and some of them are, you get lost after 5 minutes. So anyway, sorry to interrupt you there, Liam. I just wanted to kind of point that out.
Sure, Josh, it's a good point. And you mentioned some competitors in the space doing things differently. It's been a really fun space to be in. A lot of our competitors have awesome platforms. It's been a ton of fun being on kind of the front lines, talking to customers, and really just gathering customers' feedback to really understand, what do you like about a competitor if you're evaluating them? Why do you like that? Because that's what really helps us understand, are we the right fit for you? In some cases, absolutely. In some cases, maybe there's a different fit.
Right.
We just want to make sure that we're uncovering that to make sure that we're servicing you up to that standard, which is why we do a lot of the transparency piece. So Josh, you mentioned the ease of use. I'm certainly a direct beneficiary of that as a cardholder at Ramp as a company. But it's also really fulfilling to work with customers who kind of come from a little bit more of a traditional system that's clunky, that's tough to use, that users, a lot of times, I think of my old company, no employee wanted to download an expense management app. So
like a 1990 like accounting software. Like, where do you click? Like, there's still some fintech companies out there that just recently launched that I'm looking at that I'm like, wow, who built their platform? It's still like 20 years old, but it's brand new, so I mean, it's, you guys is, quite nice. And I wanted to also touch on you guys when he said they have about 5,500 customers. That may not sound like a lot, but that is, in this space, it is a lot. Okay, it's very much a lot. Trust me, I know. And what's the valuation? I wondered if you could just like bring that up too, just so people know, like, Ramp is not going anywhere tomorrow.
Sure thing. Yeah, Josh, it's a really good point. And I also want to think about customer acquisition day over day is changing too. So you meant, 5,500 today, which I think is pretty impressive for, we've been in business just about 3 years. And we've been live to customers publicly for about 2 years. We're at that 5,500 customer mark. I looked at that number a few weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago maybe, and that was 5,000 customers. So we're growing quite fast, and that valuation we just landed with our Series C extension round a few weeks ago was 8.1 billion. We're at now, which is super exciting. So we're really pumped up to it.
Wow, that's even surprising. I mean, to me, because I haven't kept up in the last couple of months, but I didn't realize you guys were that high valuation. So congratulations on that. So real quick, we'll have you back on again, but real quick, can you kind of who your ideal customer is, and any type of like what you guys are looking for? I know you don't want to give out too much, but just to give a little bit of information about that for like ideal customer, and then we'll share with you guys an exclusive offer that's not offered anywhere else, that only Ramp is giving to Get Business Credit viewers. So go back over to Dan.
Sure thing. Thanks for the tee up. And I like to be very transparent in Ramp fashion. So with Ramp, our ideal customer is a really interesting conversation and something that we are actively still figuring out. We just did a review internally. We have customers in every single industry out there. We appeal especially to tech customers that are actively looking for new solutions, because a lot of them will kind of come to us. As we do grow in other industries, though, we haven't really found an industry that Ramp doesn't work with. I work with a lot of more traditional industries where think, hey, our employees are not tech savvy at all. We can't do this new techie, tough to use app. Well, while Ramp is a new company, it's not that. We actually appeal a lot to a lot of customers that I've worked with are in, say, real estate and construction. So it's really interesting having, several tech companies and then several more traditional.
So you guys are open to all types of like real estate companies?
Completely.
What about like trucking, or is that not
Trucking? Yep, I
trucking?
was just on the phone with a trucking customer a few days ago, and they're looking to sign up this week. We'll get them up and running early next week. So that's the other thing, is the ease of implementation is a little bit of a differentiator. So when we think about our ideal customer, Josh, the one thing I would say is we just want to make sure that we have commitment and willingness for a change, because sometimes it's a culture shift, right? And then other times the company is a little bit more open for change. So either way, Ramp will walk through that with you. That's why we have best in class customer support working with you. Each of our customers will have an account management team, have a support team working with you. So it's been a ton of fun, but we do also have requirements, Josh, that I need to mention to be approved for Ramp. So that's the process that we go through. Provided you see value, you want to get up and running with Ramp, you do go through an application process, which requires you provide a little bit more information about the financial health of your business, just for our in-house risk team to be able to evaluate and underwrite you accordingly.
Yeah, it's pretty easy too, if I remember correctly. It's not like some of these other fintech companies where it's like 18 pages long. I mean, it was pretty quick application and connect your bank account, right? Like
pretty quick.
Things like that.
Connect a bank account, verify the business, verify an operating officer associated with the business. Once we have those boxes checked, our risk team will usually get back in a few days' time.
Yeah, I don't want to say this is going to happen for anyone else, but I got mine, I think it was in October, I believe, and it only took about 4 hours and I was approved, but don't say that's going to happen for everybody else. I mean, it could take, weeks, who knows, but you guys are very much looking now at like e-commerce, revenue-based businesses, right?
Yeah. Josh, that's the goal, is to be available to more customers. A lot of people are out there want Ramp. So some people that were initially not getting approved because of a cash balance that we saw or some sort of flag we saw on financial statements, we've tried to make that more flexible. So yes, we do now consider, for example, e-commerce companies that are constantly purchasing inventory, might not have much of a cash balance, right? But they might have pretty substantial revenue. So we're looking at revenue-based models. And again, I can't make any promises on behalf of our team. It's really up to them. But we're happy to talk through every possible avenue we can kind of take to try to get you at least considered. So,
and it's more so like the gross revenue coming in, as long as that's, business is healthy. You guys have to understand real quick before we let Liam go here. Most of all these fintech companies, are free. They're not charging anything, and just to print a card costs anywhere from $3 to $10 just for one card to print. So if you print off your employee cards, it's costing them money right there, $50, $60, $100 just for the card printing alone. So, and they only make fractions every time you swipe. So they want you to spend a lot. So, them giving you $1,000 credit line, they don't want to deal with that. Some fintechs are okay with that, but there's different tiers. You know what I mean? Like there's different type of fintechs that are okay with giving you $1,000 credit line, and then there's others that want to give you a high credit line because the Visa or MasterCard, they're taking their slice, the bank is taking their slice, and then the fintech company, which would be like Ramp or whatever other company, they're taking their slice. And it's usually, I'm not going to mark exact words or anything, but it can be, around 3% divided by 3 different people on fractions. It's not very much money. So you need to spend a lot. That's how they make money. Am I wrong about that? I mean, to kind of sum it up.
It's a good point, and that is the way that Ramp makes our money, is on the interchange fee. So nothing out of
Mhm.
our customers' pockets, which we're really pumped up about. One thing I do want to say though is the goal is not for the customer to be spending more, right? The hope is you actually come to Ramp and you're spending less. We
Right,
just
right.
want there to be enough value driven from automations, from more control, from more visibility, that you're just putting your spend on a credit card, and that would be the Ramp card,
And
right? So
saving
that's where it becomes
time,
a win-win. Customers spending
saving,
less, not paying for a system, and that's where Ramp makes money, right? So it's not like we lose
right.
money on our customers, but we do not want to gamify spend or to encourage you to spend more. The goal is you're moving our way and hopefully finding finding more control with your current spend.
Right. Not getting debt, just, be able to have everything all kind of under one umbrella than using like 5 different systems. Make it
Exactly.
easier, save time and everything. What is it, real quick, Ramp, what is it integrated with as far as accounting? Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Great question, Josh. On the accounting side, we have several integrations.
like
So
the
direct
standard
API,
QuickBooks and
well, yeah, QuickBooks Online, Xero, Sage Intacct, NetSuite. And then we have either IIF uploads, CSV uploads for all other systems. The idea is everything is pretty much coded for you in the Ramp platform through our automations, because we are
okay.
the corporate card and the expense management software attached to that. So we have the
Okay.
advantage of real-time processing, one-time codes, whether it's on card controls, whether it's in the platform itself. So either way, the hope is you're just one-clicking everything and it's ready to go for your ERP upload or your accounting system upload.
Okay, great, great. Okay, anything else you want to share before I share the landing page gift?
Josh, I think let's go for it. I appreciate the conversation today. It's been really
Okay,
fun. Appreciate you welcoming me into your community here.
okay,
And I think I'll turn it over to you to introduce this.
okay. So, as you guys may know or may not know, if you go on like the Ramps main site, you will see that you get a $250 sign-up bonus if approved. And it's after you make your first transaction using Ramp. Okay, which is pretty good because considering some of these other ones, they make you do so many transactions, things like that. They're pretty transparent with it. But for Get Business Credit viewers, we got it bumped up to $500. As you can see, you can go to ramp.com/exclusive/GBC. I do have to say this, Ramp is a paid sponsor of Get Business Credit. So I do have to disclose that. We will have some other videos out that are also sponsored by Ramp. But I'm using Ramp myself. So it's not like just because they're paying me that I'm, not using them. I am using them. I've been using them. They just recently reached out to me as far as advertising. So, and we're here to help you guys too. We want you guys to be successful. And I think that's the way that traditional banks are going to be forcing to transition into this fintech space, if they like it or not. If not, they're going to finish last. So I will have the link in the description below. Like I said, it's easy to remember, ramp.com/exclusive/GBC. Again, it's not for everybody, but just fill out. It's a very simple, quick application, and then go from there. Any final words, Liam? I guess any questions that anybody has, put it in the comment section. I'll do my best to get Liam to maybe come back on to do a follow-up Q&A or something in the coming weeks or so, possibly. So any final words, Liam?
Nothing. Just really excited to be on the show here, and really appreciate the questions and the conversation. Like I said, it's been a ton of fun being here. We're innovating, I would argue, faster than any company I've ever seen or been at.
Yeah.
And we've been recognized it recently in a few different blogs, which we love to hear, because we do like to believe that we move pretty fast here.
Yeah, and the limits are pretty good. I've noticed that too. Compared to some of these other fintechs, the limits are pretty considerably higher, I would say myself. So, all right. Well, Liam, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you have another meeting to get to, but let's definitely stay in touch. And again, if you guys have any questions, just email support@joshvanhorn.com. Again, support@joshvanhorn.com, or just hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, all notifications on. The link will be in the description below for Ramp. Make sure you sign up. Claim the offer. All you have to do is put your work email. It literally takes 2-3 minutes to fill out the application, and they're going to let you know if you qualify or not. I'm don't shoot the messenger. We're just here to help you, but you might get Liam to do a demo or something with you if you qualify or whatever. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your time. And thank you also, Liam, for coming on Get Business Credit.
Thanks, Josh.
All right. You guys take care. Bye-bye.